Awesome. Okay. So again, welcome to Pilates, and we're going to begin tonight's Pilates practice with a wonderful limbering activity, a modified yoga sun salutation. I'm going to turn profile to the camera for this, and so you guys feel free to angle your mat any way that best affords you a good view. I'm going to be starting at the top of my mat because I'm going to be lunging backwards. So I want the full length of my sticky mat so that my feet don't slip. So you may want to do that as well. So again, I'm going to be at the top of my mat. First thing I'm going to do is balance my weight across my feet. My feet are parallel. You can hopefully tell that in my angled camera here. My hips, my knees, and my feet are all in alignment. I'm going to bring my hands into prayer position. Here we go. I won't be looking at the camera that much because I don't want to crane my neck. So I'm just going to keep gazing ahead through most of these postures, looking at you both when I can, all right? And again, Hailey may jump on at any moment. Here we go. Inhale up into a slight trunk extension, opening the fingers and the palms up to the heavens. And now with a slight bend in your knees, go ahead and bring yourself forward. Bend your knees as much as necessary so that you're supported by your weight on the floor. Now take a giant step back with your right leg. Nice broad angle here for this front knee. That's one of the reasons why we want that huge step back. All right, now we're going to take a giant step back with our left leg. We're going to push into the palms of our hands, and we're going to come into a down dog position. So again, my feet are parallel. They're close together. My buttocks or my tailbone are pointing up toward my ceiling. And I can feel the stretches through my calves as I drop my heels toward the floor. From here, I'm going to come into a high plank position. So I'm slowly going to slide myself forward, sliding the shoulder blades down my back here. I'm in my high plank position. Now, keeping my elbows close to my body, I'm slowly going to lower my body down. Set your knees down at any point where you need to. Extend your legs completely, pointing your toes away from you as you come up into a modified cobra. So that means I'm keeping my hip bones down. I'm lengthening out through the crown of my head. From here, I'm going to push back into my hands, back into downward dog. Great big deep breath here. All right, get ready. This is the hard part. Takes a lot of flexibility. I'm going to take a giant step through with my left leg or my left foot, stepping up toward my hands, in between them if I can. Again, keeping this nice broad knee angle. Now, you may even need to help your leg with your hand. It's okay. We're at where we're at. We don't judge it. We just accept our bodies for what they give us in this moment. Go ahead and bring both feet together. And we respect and accept without judgment. Great. So hands to the floor, head is relaxed. All right, now I'm going to stiffen my legs a little bit. I'm going to peel myself up off the floor, supporting myself with nice strong abdomen here into my beautiful overhead extension. I'm getting a little stretch here through these intercostals, through the spine, and lifting my rib cage upward. And then I come back into prayer position. All right, we're going to repeat that again with a little less dictation from me and a little more cueing about our breath. All right, so here we go. Starting at the top of the mat, we inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, giant step back with your right leg into open equestrian. Exhale, giant step back with your left leg and gently settle into down dog. Take a nice big deep breath in and come into high plank and hold your breath briefly as you lower into our Pilates push-up. Settle the hips down, point the toes, and come into a modified cobra. Now the instep of the foot is down. The glutes are deeply contracted here. The rib cage is moving away from the pelvis in an elongated line. I push into my hands and I exhale back into down dog, drawing my abdomen up, pushing my tailbone up toward the sky. I take a nice deep breath in as I step forward with my left foot. Assist your leg as you need. Step forward, exhale, fold over. Both feet are together now, both hands are together. Bring it on up by contracting the abs and the back muscles. Exhale back into prayer or mountain pose. All right, one more round, guys. Third time's the charm. I hope you're feeling more limbered, yeah? Feels good? Okay, good. All right, here we go. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale, downward dog. And again, you can inhale and exhale through your nose if that is your comfortable practice. Mine, as force of habit through many, many years of Pilates, is in through the nose and out through the mouth. All right, into high plank now. I hold my breath for my Pilates push-up, settling into modified cobra. Elongation through the spine. Lifting in length now as I push my toes down back into downward dog. Big deep breath in as I step through an open equestrian left leg. Exhale, feet parallel, hands together, forward fold. Inhale up and exhale back into prayer pose. Everybody good? Yeah? Okay, perfect. All right. Separate the feet slightly wider than hip width apart and turn the big toes in on either foot. So you're a little bit duck-toed. Okay. This is going to open up this hip socket. We're going to warm up this lower back. So again, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what's happening with my lower back. Let me just turn my transmitter to the side and hopefully, let me reposition my feet here, just a slight duck toe in. I'm going to get my hands out of the way for you here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhale, and as I do, I'm going to contract my belly button in toward my backbone. I'm going to inhale and release. So I exhale and I tuck. I'm using just the contraction of my abdomen. And I inhale and I come back to neutral. I exhale and I tuck. So I'm pulling my rib cage, literally flexing my rib cage toward my hip bones. Inhale and I elongate. Exhale and I tuck. Inhale and elongate. And because I've turned, I need to reposition my feet. And exhale and tuck. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and tuck. Inhale and stretch. Now, if you're doing this right with the diaphragm, you will also feel the lifting and contraction of the pelvic floor. Focus on that for a couple repetitions. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tuck. Elevating the pelvic floor with the diaphragm. Inhale, stretch. The pelvic floor completely relaxes. Exhale, tuck. And we'll do one more. Inhale, stretch. And exhale and tuck. Great. Square your feet apart. Place your hands down by your side. A little bit of balance now and a lot of limbering again for this back side. Single leg stretch, but we're going to do this standing. So you'll be balancing on one leg. You're going to draw the knee up, inside hand to inside knee, outside hand to outside ankle, or wherever you can reach while keeping your standing imprint. All right, so here we go, nice and slow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Just do what you can. Exhale. Feel that limbering as we begin to lubricate that fascia, and it glides better as it becomes more slippery. I can feel my left side limbering up And exhale. And exhale. Single leg stretch, standing. And exhale. Great. Take a big deep breath in. Reach up. Stretch and exhale down. We'll do one more. Inhale. Reach up and stretch and exhale down. All right. Going to the back of my mat now. We're going to be lunging and traveling toward the front of our mat, opening up these hip flexors, right? When we get to the top of the mat, we'll walk ourselves backward and then we'll repeat, all right? So I'm going to reach my hands in front of me, 007 style. Here we go. Big giant lunge here. I'm going to get my back knee close to the floor. I'm going to step together. Now, other foot forward, big giant split here, and bring the feet together. Walk yourself back, relax your shoulders. We're going to repeat. I'm going to start from my away camera leg. Here we go, big giant lunge. And step together, opposite leg forward, big giant lunge. And step together. Walking my legs back, I'm going to repeat one more time. In a moment, we're going to be lunging backwards, but not quite yet. So here we go. Big giant lunge. Getting the back leg close. Again, the knee does not have to touch, but just do what you can. All right. Coming back to the center now, we're going to do some overhead squatting movements. So the feet are a little wider than hip width apart. Slight toe out is fine if that is your natural stance, and it is for most folks, I think. All right, so we're going to try a couple squats. So we'll start, first of all, just keep your hands down by your side or place them on your shoulders or whatever you need to do. All right, here we go. We're going to squat down and come up. Good, we're going to do that one more time like that. Squat down and come up. Good. Make sure you can feel the entire tripod of your foot. When you squat down, that booty goes back behind you, right? Hip hinge and booty back behind you. We all know that, all right? Here we go. Now with our snow angel arms. Ready? It's great for mobility. Here we go. Squat down, snow angel arms, and up. And again, squat down, snow angel arms, and up. And one more time. And up. Great. Okay. We're going to do 3 more squats. And as we go down, this time the arms are going to go directly up overhead. I want you to notice if you can get your arms straight up by your ears when you're in that squat. That's a great assessment for shoulder mobility. All right. So you're doing your own little experiment on shoulder mobility right now. So here we go into our squat with our overhead reach. Good. Just make a note of where your arms are. All right, 2 more squats with our overhead reach. Here we go. Do the best you can. Great. Relax your shoulders in between. We have 1 more. Ready? Here we go. And exhale up and out. All right. So now I'm going to widen my stance. Super wide. Now I've got these tiny little short 5 foot 1.5 inch legs. So I'm just going to do what I can on my mat here. I'm going to do a side to side lunge. And as I do, I'm going to be stretching these adductor muscles, these inner thigh muscles. All right. So I'm going to start with my hands forward, side to side lunge. Good. Just hinge back, push the booty slightly back. Good. Go for that stretch. Just go for that stretch right there. And up and go for that stretch. Now, if you want, you can place your hands down and try to go deeper. Pick up your toes and pick up your heel on your stance leg. Good. Over to the other side. Great. This is called a Cossack lunge. Really stretching deep. You can walk your hands in front of you for support. Just do what you can. If this causes discomfort in your knee, this deep flexion, do not do it. Great. Okay. I'm going to come up and I'm going to walk my feet in. And again, take a big deep breath in and out. And exhale out and down. All right. So from here, just let me check my notes just for 1 sec. Make sure that I have not missed anything, because I don't want you to miss a thing. All right. Yes. Okay. Our roll down. I almost forgot our roll down. And I love the roll down because of the great stretch for that whole superficial posterior line of fascia. All right, so here we go. Starting with the chin, down to my Adam's apple. I'm going to start my flexion. I'm going to keep rolling as if my spine were a string of pearls. And I'm gently and slowly setting that string of pearls on the top of my dresser. Now I'm into the middle back, transitioning into those lumbar vertebrae. I'm sticking my tailbone back as I lengthen through my spine. I'm just going to let my arms hang until my hands hit the floor. I'm going to afford myself some support here until I'm fully relaxed through the head and neck. Bend your knees as necessary. Now pull your belly button up. Keeping your belly button hitched up, peel yourself slowly off the floor, starting with the tailbone, and then that triangular sacrum, getting into the 5 lumbar, and transitioning into the 12th thoracic, transitioning to the shoulder girdle, and then those 7 cervical. Stack them up one at a time. The head comes up. You should feel taller and more lifted right now. We're going to do one more roll down. Again, think about articulating through all the joint facets. Here we go. Chin to Adam's apple, to clavicle, to chest, to shoulder girdle, etc., etc. I'm going to let you focus on your own personal flexion here. Just note that your belly button is pulling really deep in right now, giving you some support until those hands hit the floor. And even when they hit the floor, that belly button's still pulling way in. Inhale at the bottom. Begin your exhale as you nail that belly button down to your spine, slowly rolling up. Just a slight bend in the knees is okay. If you can, if you're super flexible, you can try and straighten your legs. And then all the way up until finally the shoulder girdle and the neck come into place. All right. After all that warm up now, we are ready to hit the mat. So we're going to start, as promised, in a seated position, and then we're going to transition into various other positions. Anyway, here we go. So we're going to begin with some spine flexion and extension. So I'm going to sit with my feet parallel to my knees and to my hip bones. I'm going to use this underside of my legs here to help hoist me up. Notice how I did that? I just grew an inch taller, which is super important when you're 5'1.5". Here we go. Inhale up through the crown of the head, fixing the shoulder girdle slightly down. Exhale into a posterior pelvic tilt. So you probably saw my little transistor go whoop. And now we inhale and we lengthen up, not arching my back. I'm just lifting up through the spine and lengthening. Exhale into that posterior pelvic tilt. I am hugging my abdominal muscles in. I'm keeping my chest and clavicle open. The position of the head and neck do not change at all, but I can feel my spine lengthening. 3 more. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale and lengthen as you lift here. In and up, lengthen as you contract and lift. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale and lengthen. And 1 more rep, guys. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt. And inhale up. Now, I've already started here now with my extension back. So if you can, I want to have you let go of your legs. Challenge those hip flexors by sitting right up on those sits bones. Let's try this without the grip. Now, if you need to, you can always come back here, all right? If you don't feel like your back muscles are quite ready to support this, it's okay. Just do what you can. Here we go. Inhale, tall. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt. And now that you've got that sacrum nice and rounded here, we can go ahead and extend back. But notice that your gut is pretty much sucked up under your rib cage here. Keep your feet down. Inhale and come all the way up and lengthen. Again, challenging those hip flexors. Inhale, tall through the crown of the head. Exhale into that posterior pelvic tilt. Go ahead now and round gently backwards into that extension. Holding where you can support it. Abs tight, rib cage into the pelvis. Inhale, come forward and lengthen up. Feels good. Watch the shoulders here. Don't let them hike up. They'll try. That upper trap's bossy. It'll take over whenever it can. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt and into our extension. Nail that belly button down into your backbone. Inhale, exhale, and lift up. I think we have one more. Inhale. Posterior pelvic tilt. Suck in that belly button. Hold it in as you exhale. Into that extension. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale and forward and up. All right. Just a brief stretch. I want you to go ahead and hug one knee into the chest. Okay. And then you're going to hug your other knee into the chest. All right. Straight on. Okay. Now hook your opposite hand under your elbow and hug it kind of across towards your shoulder as you use this other hand behind you to sit up tall and support it. Awesome. Go ahead and release, and we'll do that same thing on the other side. Wrap that arm around or do whatever you can. You've got this hand down here. I want you to sit up tall through the sits bones, just sitting right on the sits bones, stacking that spine nice and tall, and just pull that over to the other side. Okay? Just opening up those lateral lines a little bit because we're going to use them in a moment, all right? So here we go. Half roll back with rotation, guys. It's a lot more challenging now because we're going to be rotating back with our arms, so be prepared for that. Listen to my breathing cues, listen to my abdominal cues, and your strong girdling muscles will help support your spine, and they're just going to get stronger every time you practice. All right, so feet and knees and hips are parallel. We're going to extend our arms forward. Now, palms can be facing. If that is not comfortable for you, you can put your palms down to the floor. That's fine. All right? So here we go. We're going to inhale up through the crown of the head. Super challenging these hip flexors now. Imprinting those shoulders down, chin parallel to the floor, abs are in, pelvic floor is tight. We exhale into that posterior pelvic tilt. We begin to extend it as we do. We sweep our arm back. So now I'm reaching in opposition with my arms. I inhale and I sweep up. Good. We're going to repeat to the other side. So let's inhale, exhale, scoop the lower abdomen, reach and rotate, stretching your hands like airplane wings or the wings of an eagle from side to side. Nice big deep breath in and up. Exhale, scoop, round. See curved spine? That's what we used to call it. Or curling up like a shrimp. I've heard that cue before. Whatever resonates with you. Here we go. Inhale up through the crown of the head. Remember those shoulders are down. Imprint strongly. Exhale. Extend and rotate. And inhale up. We have 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, contract, batten down that abdominal hatch. Extend and rotate. Inhale up. Exhale, extend and rotate. And of course, that starts with that posterior pelvic tilt. In and up. And again. Extend and rotate. Open up. Good. Just try to keep that chin parallel to the floor. Chin slightly back. Posterior pelvic tilt. Extension and rotation. Inhale up. 1 more rep, guys, then we're going to stretch, I promise. Inhale, extend and rotate. Reach, feel that stretch through those pecs, through the anterior shoulder. In and up. Exhale, posterior pelvic tilt and extend and rotate. Beautiful. And bring it on up. From here, I'm going to have you transition to supine. So go ahead and lie on your back. You're welcome. Hug your knees into your chest slightly. This is going to stretch out and open up that sacroiliac. Just enjoy that stretch for a moment. We're going to be doing some abdominal flexion. So we've done quite a bit of extension, and now we're going to be doing some flexion. Alrighty. So we're going to begin with the feet on the mat. And again, the feet, the knees, and the hip bones are in alignment. Our arms are by our side and relaxed. Now, there are a number of ways that we can do this. There are a number of positions with the arms and the hands, etc. I'm going to walk you through the different positions, and progressing through them as we go. All right, so position number 1, slight chin tilt, slight shoulder depression. Just think about resting the shoulder girdle on the shelf of the rib cage, keeping everything in alignment. Now, I'm going to draw my abdominals in and tighten up my pelvic floor slowly. I'm going to inhale to solidify that imprint. I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to reach my arms forward as I lift my head, my neck, and my shoulder blades up off my mat as one unit. Inhale at the top. I exhale and lower down. I'm going to repeat that. Inhale. Imprint. Exhale. Curl up head, neck, and shoulders. Now the glutes stay relaxed, but the abdominals are very tight. Inhale at the top, exhale, and release. Transitioning now to a bit of a progression. I'm going to place my hands across my chest. So crisscross your arms across your chest if you like. If you want to keep your hands by your side, that's fine. Another thing that you could do if you get fatigued is you can actually use your legs for leverage, just as we did when we were seated, and you used your legs to help you with your extension. So here we go. Tipping the chin slightly as if you're holding an apple or orange under your chin. Let's inhale. Imprint the shoulders down. Exhale, curl up head, neck, and shoulders as one unit. So the elbows stay down, so I'm not reaching or lifting or changing my shoulder girdle position at all. But I'm trying to get my shoulder blades off the floor. Inhale at the top, exhale, and roll down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders lift, squeezing that belly button in, gazing just above the knees. And inhale, exhale, and down. And one more time. Inhale. Imprint. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders flex. Arms stay down, shoulders stay down. Tighten up as you inhale, exhale, and down. Next position, hands behind my ears, elbows back, upper arms and forearms, elbows resting on the floor. Let's imprint. Chin, shoulder girdle, abdomen, pelvic floor, and nice big breath into inhale. Exhale, curl up head, neck, and shoulders as one unit. Elbows stay back behind you. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Imprint. Exhale, curl up head, neck, and shoulders, drawing the belly button in as we lift, and exhale as we lower down. That was inhalation at the top. One more time. Inhale. Imprint. Exhale, curl up head, neck, and shoulders. Lift. Inhale, exhale, and lower down. All right. Place your hands down by your side. Bring your legs up to tabletop. All right. Toe dips. Beginning with toe dips, arms down. Inhale, float one leg down till the toes touch the floor, fixing the knee angle as close to 90 degrees as you can. Inhale, lower the other legs down. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull it up. Transitioning to progression. Elevate the arms to perpendicular. Exhale, float the leg down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, float the leg down. Inhale, lift it up. So yes, I the leg down. Inhale, lift it up, and one more. Exhale, float the leg down. Inhale, lift it up. And again, I do not bend at the knees at all while I do this. I keep that knee angle, fixed position. All right, now, progressing. As I lower my camera leg down, I'm going to extend my opposite arm overhead. Now, I'm going to do this without changing the position of the rib cage or of the hips. Here we go. Big deep breath into imprint. Exhale. Float camera leg down as the upper arm goes back to your comfort level. Inhale, home. Exhale, switch. Inhale, home. And again, exhale, switch. Inhale, home. And again, exhale, switch. And inhale, home. All right, transition or progression number 4. Both legs together going down, arms stay perpendicular. Inhale to imprint. Exhale, lower both toes down or both feet down and pull back up using your gut muscles. Exhale, float the legs down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, float the legs down. Inhale, float them back up. Progression number 5. Arms go back as legs go down. Again, if you're having difficulty maintaining neutral spine with any of these, please revert back to the previous rendition. Ready? Imprint on an inhale. Exhale, extend without arching your back. So again, the rib cage and the pelvis stay fixed. Exhale, dead bug. Inhale, back. One more. Exhale, dead bug. Inhale, back. At this point, your hip flexors and your back are going to be fatigued, and you're going to be ready for this nice knee hug stretch. Take a moment here to stretch through that lower back. We'll do a little windshield wiper exercise to help you release your sides as well. So go ahead and place your feet on the floor so that your legs are completely supported. If you like, you can open your arms up to a T to the side, and if you like, you can open your palms up toward the ceiling, okay? Now, all we're gonna do is simply allow gravity to take effect and angle our legs over to the side. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you in the lower back, slide your feet away from you so that you have less of a degree of knee flexion. If you're tucked and you've got the flexibility to maintain that tuck, go ahead and tuck the knees in a little bit. It's all good. It's all good. Just listen to your body and do whatever it is that your body affords you. Over to the other side. Exhale to relax and allow the knees to drop away from the opposite shoulder, trying to keep the opposite shoulder down. Now, if your knees separate, it's okay. If you can't get the bottom knee to the floor, it's okay. Just do what you can, again, respecting your body's will. We're going to switch to the other side again. So go ahead and inhale to the center and then exhale over to the side. Again, knees can come apart. Try to keep the opposite shoulder down. And then inhale back to the center and exhale over to the other side. Great. Okay. Coming back to the center, I'm going to have you tuck yourself up, and I'm going to start by a little rocking. Pick your head up and then roll yourself up so you're in a seated, almost boat pose position, but you have your hands fixed on your shins. From here, can you balance and open your legs and hold in this open V-sit position? Stretching those hamstrings, solidifying that beautiful V-sit position. Go ahead, release, come back to boat pose, relax, and gang, that is a wrap for tonight's Pilates mat practice. I hope you enjoyed the class. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording, and hopefully this will be a great recording.